Proper etiquette for the personal trainer. Brought to you by MOORPARK College and the MOORPARK College Fitness Specialist Program. Also in collaboration with WELSHMEFITNESS by Derick WELSH. When dealing with new clients, it is essential that the trainer establishes a relationship with the client that is personal yet professional. The client should never feel uncomfortable with the trainer and his or her demeanor. This is especially true for clients who have never worked out or is the first time they are receiving one-on-one style of training. For most clients, this is a big deal and a big step in their goals, taking themselves outside of their comfort zone. First tip, make a connection. When prospecting a potential client or talking to a client for the first time, it is important to make a connection with them in some way to remove any social barriers. For example, ask the client their hobbies and extracurricular activities. If possible, try to relate to these hobbies or activities in one way or another. This will not only establish a more comfortable environment, it will give you insight on possible programming in the near future. Second tip, appropriate language. Communication is important between the trainer and the client. Professional and confident conversations should be established at all times. When talking with your client, use appropriate language and do not swear, as this may come off offensive or a sign of unintelligence to the client. When discussing how to do exercise or correcting form, make sure you know the why. If the client ever asks, "What are you doing?" always be prepared to have an answer that is clear and concise. Try not to use excessive scientific wording, as this could cause the client's excess confusion. Instead, use intelligible words. Pretend if you were talking to a child, in a non-condescending way. This will help you explain things in layman's terms. Tip number 3, body language. Ensure body language is professional and non-invasive. Clients who are already uncomfortable with exercise may not want you to touch them for correction during your session. This needs to be established over time. Always ask if you can touch them to correct an exercise. It is important to show intent and interest during your session. Be 3D with the client, walking around them and checking on them with verbal commands from time to time. You will find clients that are completely against any physical correction. Therefore, it is best to use hand signals as much as you can to describe the desired response. The client will appreciate this much more. Whenever dealing with a client of the opposite sex, it might be best to not perform excessive physical corrections and to never use objectifying language. Final tips. Make sure you wear appropriate clothing, are well groomed, and are maintaining personal hygiene. Stay focused on your client with good eye contact, avoiding distractions such as using other equipment, being on the phone, or even chewing gum. Always practice what you preach, as the hardest part of training is retaining a client. Let's go over the main points. Making a connection. Find a way to relate to your client to establish a level of trust and comfort, making the training session run smoother. This will lead to less discomfort when doing physical corrections, especially when no verbal consent is given, potentially offending the client. Communication is key. Explain your exercises and corrections clearly with intelligible words, avoiding swear words or any offensive language which may result in a negative response from your client. Lastly, body language. Make sure you are appropriate with your clients, always showing professionalism and confidence. If you follow these tips and maintain professionalism during your sessions, you will not only retain, but you will grow your client base. Just remember, your clients will forget what you said, they will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel.
Thanks for watching.